So I'm just starting the recording now. So if people do log on, they'll be able to log on a little late. They can go back and hear the beginning of the presentation. So thank you all so much for being here and being here on time for the webinar. And I'm excited to tell you about Digital Catalyst Fund and our summer boot camp that we're putting together for this summer. It's a really great opportunity for you, just as it says on this page, to take your idea from vision to reality. A little bit about me very quickly. There's my contact information at the bottom, and I encourage any of you and all of you to feel free to reach out to me if you have specific questions, or if you apply to the boot camp and want to make sure I see your application. I look at all of them, obviously, but feel free to give me a shout out at that email address. But a little background on me: I've been working with entrepreneurs for years. I joined Digital Catalyst Fund in mid-March, but prior to that was working with entrepreneurs and alumni entrepreneurs of the University of Pennsylvania. So I've always loved supporting entrepreneurs but also saw some of the challenges that they face, and I really think what we have to offer for Digital Catalyst Fund and our summer boot camp can really alleviate some of those challenges that entrepreneurs face, and so that's obviously why I came on board. So anyway, so about Digital Catalyst Fund, let's see. Frozen here? Oh, there we go. Just tell you a little bit more about what, the agenda slide. I should tell you a little bit about the investment model for the fund, who the team is, who some of the key faces behind the fund, and the decision-making process. Talk to you about the summer boot camp, why I really believe that Digital Catalyst Fund can deliver on your vision as an entrepreneur. And, Romania, huh? I know for some of you, maybe that's a place you've never visited, never thought, what maybe isn't at the top of your list of places to go, but I want to just tell you a little bit about it. I was there for the first time last December, and I'm actually headed back tomorrow, and it's actually a fantastic place. And I think people, you might be surprised by some of the things I have to share with you. And then just how to apply, and that's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So let's see. Okay, so Digital Catalyst Fund, it's as I mentioned in the agenda, it is a new investment model. Really, I think an interesting model. We invest in early stage companies at the Series A seed level. This is separate from the summer boot camp, but what's invested is a sliding scale of cash and technical development resources. So it just depends on the company and the type of investment that they need and we decide to do. How the percentage across that goes. But in addition to that, so you have this, you get the seed money, you get the access to the world-class technical talent. That technical team is based in Romania, and I'll give you a little more background on that in a minute. But then, we have a board of really amazing people with backgrounds in marketing and product design, technology strategy, who can really, have great connections in the digital media world and advertising agencies, and can really help propel a company forward. And just the network effect of the folks that are involved in the fund is pretty incredible. So who are some of the key people? I mean, we have an investment board that you can see online, but this is the team that works on it, kind of day to day. Michael Cook there on the left, he's the CEO of Digital Catalyst Worldwide and also one of the founding members of the fund. Michael, he's actually born and raised in South Jersey, but he has built an incredible career around developing, putting together technical development teams in Eastern Europe. So he's responsible for bringing that tech talent into the fold. Christian in the middle. Christian is a Romanian entrepreneur, and he's one of the visionaries behind this fund. He built the media industry in Romania post-communism, and first television station, first radio station, and actually sold those holdings to BBDO, which is a large digital ad agency here in New York. And Simon Bond, who's their global chief marketing officer, is intimately involved in the fund as well. So there's, Simon brings a wealth of knowledge around the marketing space and brands and what brands are looking for and what brands need. And then there's me, as I mentioned. I've got a background in building programs, supporting entrepreneurs and building programs for them, helping them take their idea to reality. So in addition, I mentioned, we do seed investment, but also there's the summer boot camp, which is an accelerator program that will be run. It'll actually be run multiple times during the year, but for the summer, we're kicking it off. This is our first. So, we're talking about 10 weeks. What we're looking for is 10 weeks, 10 companies. We'll see, we'll get to that with a mid-June start. what are we offering? We're offering up to $20,000 of cash and cash equivalent funding. So you would maximize that $20,000 if you had a team of 3 people involved in the program. We'll take up to teams of 3. Each company will get $3,500 to put towards their company. That that goes to the company. Then there's $1,500 that will be given to each team member, so up to 3 team members. So there's anywhere from $1,500 to $4,500 that would be given there. Then we look at the cash equivalent resources. There would be a plane ticket to fly you to and from Romania for the summer, as well as $2,500 per person to cover the cost of living, and room and board in our mansion in Bucharest. So there's a picture of that house up in the right-hand corner, because what we are looking for is people who are interested in really transformational summer. Let's come to Romania and build out your prototype or your MVP of your idea. Excuse me. There is so we would expect people involved in the I'm hoping you can all hear me okay. I'm getting a sign that I may be having some audio quality issues. Hold on one second. Okay. So anyway, what you would get, so you can come and work, and because you're going to be able to have access to $30,000 of technical development resources. What does that mean? I'll talk about that a little bit more, but that's pretty significant when you actually see how many hours that translates into. There's a fantastic team of people that are based in Romania, development team that's ready to go to work on your projects. They are also actually engaged in some projects through what's known as Digital Catalyst Worldwide that Michael Cook is involved in. You might have seen on the previous slide. They do projects for Fortune 50 brands, but then they're also teed up and ready to go to work on your projects as well. So that's that 6,000 square foot mansion in Bucharest, Romania that you can live in. We'll have mentoring and educational programming, as most accelerators do, and the equity stake is 12.5%. We can certainly talk about that. That is maybe a little bit more than some of the other accelerator programs out there, but I don't think anyone's offering you this opportunity to just really ramp your company with that those technical development resources, and really take your idea and make it a reality. Come on. Okay, so I just actually broke this down for you. I should have waited till I got to the slide, but just so we can recap that cash and cash equivalent: $3,500 per company, and then per team member up to 3, $1,500 cash, $2,500 room and board, $1,500 in travel. Okay, so let's talk more about these technical resources. What are we talking about here? $30,000 in technical resources translates, when you're looking at it in Romanian costs, into about just over 550 development hours. So that's pretty significant. A comprehensive assessment will be done of your company, and of your needs, and a development plan will be determined for your company. So the complexity of your projects will really drive your end product. You could end up with a fully functioning iPhone or Android app. You could have maybe a global website built. If it's really complicated, maybe you just come out of the summer with some really extensive requirements documents. I'm guessing a lot of people would be closer to those first 2 options. But hey, everybody's going to be different, and so I just didn't want you to think. This is going to be customized for you and for your venture. Also, I should tell you, look, you've got 10 weeks and 550 hours. If that full bank is not drawn down on, during your time in the fund, you will have access to it after the fact. Now, we need to keep this within reason, of course, but I think if you only use 400, 100 of the 550 hours, these aren't something that you're going to have through eternity. But at the same time, we do realize there could be some support work that needs to go on after the fact, and you would have access to those hours. So, why is DCF the right group for you, Digital Catalyst Fund? I talked about that team of developers that's in Bucharest and that is working on, they're working with some startups now, but they are also working on those Fortune 50 projects. You've got, these are the development languages you want in your shop that's building out your product for you. I think we all know about that. And beyond that, there's the technical capabilities of the types of that are a part of the team, and So if if it's analytics that you're focused on, we've got that covered, database stuff on the back end. So, you can really start to see that this gives you the opportunity to take your idea and ramp it really quickly. And be there and work with these folks, not spend your summer, trying to communicate with someone that you've hired through Odesk or something like that. Hope they're understanding your vision, and at the end of the summer, hope that you get what you were looking for, and haven't spent precious resources, on that, and precious time, and come to the end of the summer and find what you were hoping to have built isn't there. So why spend a summer in Romania? I'll tell you, I was there. I mentioned I'm going tomorrow. I was there at Christmas time, right before the holidays. You know, Romania, it's really is Eastern Europe's technical frontier, and I think more and more people in the startup community in the U.S. have realized that Eastern Europe is the place to go for technical talent. It's really thoughtful, really good technical institutions. The timing is nice. It's a 7-hour time difference with Romania, so you suddenly extend your day really nicely, your development day. You have time in the morning to communicate with the folks that are working over there if you're back here. Or communicate if you're in Romania yourself and have people you want to talk to back here. You have a good portion of the morning that you can do that. The citizens are really well educated. English fluent. Everyone speaks English fluently. I'm embarrassed to say I know maybe 2 words. That's probably 2 words more than I really know of Romanian. Everyone speaks English, from the business professionals to the service professionals in wait staff and in the hotels, as well as taxi drivers and shop owners. So it's very, very easy to assimilate in. You may not know that. I mean, Microsoft, with a nod to just how good the technical talent is, they have a tech center that's the largest of its kind in Europe, in Romania, and there's Intel and Oracle also have large presence. Another thing is, Western culture, it's very pro-Western, pro-U.S. type of culture. U.S. culture is incredibly popular. If you go out in the evenings, it's music you're hearing here, and in restaurants and clubs and things like that. A lot of fun places, a lot of nice restaurants and fun places to go out. The downtown area, the center of Bucharest is absolutely lovely. It looks a lot like Paris. With the wide boulevards and tree-lined boulevards and the low buildings. There's a nice historic area where it's all excuse me, outdoor cafes and no cars allowed in. So Bucharest is truly a thriving city with students out in the open and families in the city parks, and opportunities for culture and fun too. It's a neat jumping off point to a lot of Europe. So. These are just some pictures, some photos. Where would we be without photos? This beautiful lake up here at the top. Oh, sorry, jumping the gun. There's restaurants all that border this lake up here, and you can see that some of the nightlife. And this picture down here in the bottom left, it doesn't like me when I move my mouse. I'm sorry. I was trying to show you, and then I'll get back. Okay, is this the old part of the city where there's no cars, but they'll put out, depending on the time of year, there'll be shops and things outside. So anyway, it's a lovely, lovely place, and I think would be an absolutely amazing place to spend your summer. So how to apply? I've now shown you this a few times. There's actually basically a common app that we're using since this is our first go around, and it was the kind of the easiest way to capture things quickly from folks. And like I said, I haven't been on board for too long, so I thought, this is how I want to be capturing my application. So, on AngelList, we do like to see, see a video that, whether it's a demo of something that you've built, and it could be, a very basic demo of something, wireframes in a slide deck, or just you talking about your idea and your vision. That's wonderful too, because I think you can really show your passion this way. I do the first round of interviews for people, I do the first pass through the applications, and we'll set up either on Google Hangout or on Skype some time to chat, to understand you better, understand, your passion, your background, why you're the person for this. And, our decisions are made on a rolling basis because this is the first time through, and we're hoping to make a few decisions this weekend on some of the companies that have already applied. I would encourage you to get your applications in. Because we really do want to fill the slots and get, know what companies are there so we can start planning. as well. One thing I should mention, it's the Digital Catalyst Fund. We're really interested in companies that can impact the digital media and new marketing, digital media, digital marketing, new media space. So what does that mean? That's not just the tools. Like I'm not looking for someone who's building the next great, you know, reader for online reader. I don't know, something. I'm talking about things that will impact the advertising and brand industry. So if you look at a company like Stylytics, that was our investment that's up on the website, they're a fashion analytics company, and what they're doing is capturing data that gives amazing insights to brands into what their consumers are doing. We're looking at things that give those kinds of insights, things that impact the social media space. There's so much going on out there that can really help inform the advertising and media areas. So we're thinking very broadly about that kind of requirement. So I don't want to scare anybody off if they see that anywhere in some of our materials. It's really, I think, a really neat and broad area that allows us to bring in some really amazing people and really amazing ideas. So that said, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate your time and your attention. And I haven't seen any questions. I can't imagine you don't have any. So I will stay for a little bit, but also please feel free to reach out to me at that email address that's below. And I'm really hoping to see some applications from you all in the near future. So thanks for your time. And I'll stick around if there are any questions. Oh, I see a question. What if you're the only member of your team able to go? That's okay. You know what? We'll talk about that with the different companies. I think we'll see some companies that may send their full team. Some companies that may decide, it's better for our resources and for our distribution as we work on this, that one person goes to the house in Bucharest, and other people are back in the U.S. crunching on the idea. You'd still get that $3,500, but realistically, we probably we'd have to talk to the companies, but it would be the cash equivalent would be just for the one person who actually chooses to go to Romania. But that's it's okay. We'd be all right with just one person on a team. So. Hope that answers your question. Sure, you're welcome. Are there other technical resources available other than shown on this slide? Let me go back. Are you looking for something in particular? I can find out. I mean, these are kind of these are the development languages in what the folks have, where their expertise is. Excuse me, or where our team's expertise is. I can certainly follow up on that because the team is growing every day over in Romania. So if you have a specific thing that you're looking for, Zach, I'd be happy to follow up with our tech gurus, if you will. You don't know? Okay, I can actually.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Python and Redis. I would be very comfortable saying yes, but I am going to take that question back and follow up with you directly because I do have your email address. Patrick, are you interested in that same question? I will assume both of you are. Sure. Anything else, guys? Okay, I see another question came through. Let me just, this is not the easiest box to read from. I have to kind of scroll through it. Our company is currently in, okay, the question, I'm going to read it so people know what I'm responding to. Our company is currently in beta stage, but trying to switch to HTML5. Do you accept companies that already have a site? Yes, we do. We absolutely do. This is, as I've mentioned a few times, this is our first, this is our first summer through. So, I think what we're seeing and realizing is, this model can work for people who are at the idea stage, or people who, at the idea stage and want to make, build out that first product, or people who, they have something, they've got some knowledge, but they really want to ramp and, maximize their time, and maximize the development, get a good team behind them without having to onboard, everybody, and just crunch and get something new and built out the door. So we definitely are seeing a lot of applications from people that have, we're seeing both people who have, alphas, betas, and then others from people that are just at that idea stage. So please do apply. One more question. Sure. Is the 12.5% negotiable? No, it is not. That's where we're right now. What we have set it at for this first go around. Always good to ask, though. Did you both ask the same question? Are you sitting together, or did it just come through that way? Anyway. Oh, you're not sitting together. That's pretty funny. Literally, yeah, I got the exact same question. Huh, interesting. That's a good data point for me, though. I appreciate it. What's the work schedule? I'm not sure if you're referring to in terms of, let me tell you, the folks that I've been working with on the Bucharest side, I mean, they are hard workers. They're in early, up late. I can give you, um, so I mean, you've got a number of hours that you're going to be working with, right? But these are not. We're not talking 9 to 5, 8 to 4 people. I actually can give you a little anecdote about the type of mentality that people in Eastern Europe have towards work. The developers that are working with Stylytics, the folks that are they're building out a mobile app, actually, I believe, for Stylytics. But one of the gentlemen, one of the key people, one of the key developers on the team in Romania decided that it made the most sense for him to completely shift his work hours to accommodate the entrepreneur in the U.S. So that he could be available. So, he started, and he's not going to start his day that much later, but he was working, right up until, excuse me, it's a 7-hour time difference. So, he would work until late into the evening, very late into the evening. So, um, yeah, but you're the entrepreneur also, so you're going to set your work schedule as necessary, um, and probably work harder than you've ever worked in your life. Okay. Yeah, these are one of the things that work hours are crazy when you're an entrepreneur, and I have to tell you, and if people, I mean, really and truly to a person, this is that I've come across with the teams and just the culture, the work culture in Eastern Europe is so hardworking, and so and some of it's a rollover from the post-communism era where they actually can, they're seeing the fruits of working hard and things like that. So anyway, that's you know that is the norm, is to work very hard. So no, you do not still have to be in college. Nope. Nope, we will take entrepreneurs of all shapes and sizes, ages, years. I'm glad I can be the bearer of good news. Okay, I'm sure I sound a little, yeah, reading the question feed. All right, so Zach, I owe you an answer to your question on those two Python and Redis. I will get that to you. Patrick, I'll just copy you on that as well. I want to thank you guys for being on here. All right, and as I mentioned, I'm going to go back down. Please, don't hesitate to contact me. There we go. If you have questions, anything I can help with. All right, I look forward to your applications. And feel free to ping me when you put it in so I know to go make sure to go and look for it. All right? All right. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.